The corporations have not yet won.
Community still exists in small tucked-away areas not often talked about.
Artists and businesses beginning to thrive in places thought to be defeated.
Dave, I like to call him David Francis.
And I, Tom Maslowski,
are here to give you a glimpse of what's going down in downtown J-Town.
We're going to be interviewing all of our favorite musicians,
Artists and business owners
that give every ounce of themselves into what they do.
We are back at Third City Sound on the third floor above our favorite music venue, Chicago Street Pub. Today is going to be for me, it's an exciting episode. I could talk about food literally, nonstop. You have to actually talk me.
I'm a fat guy. I like to listen to people talk about food.
I know. I mean, you have to actually stop me, is what I was trying to say.
This is true.
What a great... Well, for us, it was a great beginning to the episode. You guys didn't see it because we were eating too fast. We were going to eat some new food from Juliet's, courtesy of Mr. Geoffrey Scott, the new head chef of Juliet's, but we just kept eating and forgot to turn all the mics on and everything. So no pictures, no nothing. We devoured the food.
Yeah, it probably sounds better for the audience, though, because I was chomping away. I'm a man. If it's on a bone, I'm just going to go
special aioli.
Yes, yes, very special aioli. And it was all over the place, my beard, my face. It was a little embarrassing. It was really good. And we were about to also, before we introduce Mr. Scott, I just wanted to say that one time, me and Dave were supposed to try, tall grass? So we were going to have some special beer providing guests come on the show today, and they just were not able to make it. And I felt like we still needed to have beer, especially since Jeff was bringing us all this good food. So... what we are going to try now. Jeff, what are you drinking? Brickstone, the APA?
Yes. My favorite beer.
Is it really your favorite beer?
That's what I saw. That's mine.
Oh, yoink. And we were just talking about that with the Joliet Brewers Guild, the last episode, about how that was one of the president's, Doug Cowan, it was his favorite brewery.
Yes.
I think they're pretty dang awesome myself.
I think it's tasty stuff. I like their heavier porters and stouts. What I'm partial to. Anyway.
I like heavy beers anyways. But what me and David's not often drink beer, so I try to get some stuff that maybe he would try, and he still kind of scowled at me. But this is the Tall Grass Blueberry Jam.
I tried it.
Was it good?
It was decent. I'm a citrus person.
I see. I happen to like anything blueberry, so I'm gonna give this a try.
It definitely tastes like blueberry.
It's Blueberry City.
It has sort of a wine cooler-ish note to it.
Oh, damn it. You tried it already, too?
I just did. While you guys were having that
so
exchange.
Crazy. All right, fine. I want to cheers myself.
Okay, I'll cheers with you, because I just had a sip.
All right, cheers.
Through the glass.
Cheers. All right, here we go.
It's blueberry.
Damn, that hits me right in the back of the throat, man. Whoa. Hello, sour beer. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
That is very sour. I don't like sour.
Yeah, I'm not In general, with beer. I like my beer sweet. I like things that taste like candy, but sugar candy.
See, I'm not a very sweet person either. I definitely like bitter alcohol. I
like the harsher stuff too.
Yeah.
Anti-Hero, Brickstone, all the strong ones.
Now, are you mostly an IPA guy, Jeff?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely like IPAs. I think I said this a million times, but IPAs, porters, stouts, and barley wines are definitely my favorite by far.
I'm not partial to anything pale ale.
Really?
I used to drink a lot of Rolling Rock.
Okay.
And that was about as pale as it got for me.
I understand.
And then I just gravitated towards heavier stuff or not drinking. But mostly, yeah, if I want a beer, it's like a Guinness or some sort of stout.
Well, now Guinness is very light in alcohol. It's not very heavy at all.
Right. Well, heavy in it sits in your stomach and ruins your night after a few.
I thought you meant like heavy flavor.
No, heavy like a steak. Like it makes you logy.
Or what kind of burger did you bring us today, Jeff?
Yeah, Fresno stuffed sausage burger.
The Fresno stuffed sausage burger.
Incredible.
Can we go into detail about that? Because I ate that thing in about 2 seconds. I don't even think I blinked at what it even looked like. It was really meaty. It had a lot of.
I said they're man burgers.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Yeah.
These specialty burgers that will be rolling out soon will be called. They're gravitated toward manly burgers. There is a veggie patty on there for people who like the lighter side of it, but yeah, these are manly burgers that will be coming out.
So now, what all was in this one? You had what kind of peppers? I'm sorry, what peppers were they called?
They're called Fresnos. They're like
Fresnos.
they're a red jalapeno, not as strong. But that's why I had the spicy sausage in there with the ground meat. It's a 8-ounce Angus, grounded up with sausage, and then fresh diced Fresnos, so you get the seeds.
So now, you're grinding the meat yourself there?
No, we have ground.
You just mash them together.
Veal, we have ground Angus, we got ground beef. This whatever stuff we're working with.
Oh, that's cool.
So that stuff we keep in house.
You just mash it together. It's not like a layered thing or anything.
No, yeah, just dice it up real fine.
Nice.
Roll it all together, hand patty it out, cook it on the flat top.
Yeah, that was cool.
That way it doesn't break apart.
Yeah, it was very tender too.
Yeah.
And I was actually kind of glad it wasn't just like hunks of Italian sausage on it.
No, it's finely diced, yeah.
Well, there's some bacon on top though.
Yeah, that's what you always need bacon.
You can't go wrong.
It had some kick to it.
Yeah,
but not overpowering.
Yeah, that's what's good about a Fresno. It's not too strong.
Right, even with the seeds in, I was surprised that you let the seeds in because like jalapeno seeds is about where I call it.
That's why it bounces out the special aioli on there, because then the flavor combination alone, then.
Now, what do you mean it balances it out? Are you saying like the creaminess of it cools it down?
Yeah, because the special aioli's got sour cream, Dijon mustard, mayonnaise, fresh garlic, and lemon zest.
That's your
special aioli. Yeah,
it's like adding
that's the burger sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you also have like seasonings and stuff. I'm assuming in the burger itself and everything like that.
Yeah, salt, pepper, paprika, sometimes a little Cajun.
Oh, that works. I like Cajun. Now, and then that pork chop was ridiculously good. It was made like a little bit medium well.
Yeah, that's what we try not to. If our salmon, our steak, we try to make it towards a richer flavor. So everything is generally cooked mid-well on your steaks and your salmon.
Yeah, right. You're not drying it out and blasting all the flavor.
You want to keep the flavor, yeah.
What was that one called? I know that one actually is on the dinner special menu right now.
Yeah, that's our spicy pork chop on the dinner menu for next 3 weeks until the next one rolls out.
And so now my wife and I, Becky, have been kind of following you from kitchen to kitchen.
Yeah.
You were at Tin Roof for a while. I mean, you're still at Hooters, I know, in Joliet.
Yeah.
And then you were at Juliet's for a while. And you kind of, this is a recent change, you becoming the head chef. Is that right?
Yeah, I got hired on just as extra hours because I left management at Tin Roof. And then I just wanted to do, I live right next door to it. So a few extra hours. And then their chef, Tom, quit on them the week I started. So I worked with 2 weeks of Tom to learn his way of the menu. Then I didn't want the responsibility at the time because I just left in their responsible place. So
Right.
I was just there for extra hours.
And you were working crazy hours at Hooters on top of all that, right?
Yeah, I said I'm an 80 hours a week person.
That's insane.
So
it's a lot of cooking.
Yeah.
And no wonder you got so good at it so quickly. So now
experimentation is what makes it.
Well,
you'll grow anyway.
You can tell that you're passionate about it. I mean, you're obviously you guys talk.
Yeah, we talk hours for
or
food,
whatever, and just the way you talk about the food, it's like you go into detail and this balances this. Where me, I'm just like, this is kind of spicy.
Yeah,
let's add some ketchup to it. Yeah.
Well, and sometimes too, you get to talk.
I brought the ketchup.
Yeah,
that's right. And I didn't, but it didn't need anything. Yeah. Like the way you prepared the food was perfect as it was. You didn't need to add any condiments to it.
No, I didn't even think about mustard one time, which I love on burgers. But now Tom was the guy that just left.
Tom was the original chef for the restaurant. After that was followed by Anthony Rizzo, not the baseball player, and then obviously, but then he worked there for about a year and he got another job at their restaurant and took it. And so I stepped up and wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah, right. Because I know you've been
sitting on specials for like a year.
Yeah, well, Jeff and I, we often would find each other at Chicago Street Pub. Yeah. Sitting at the bar and talking about food for close to about 2 hours at every sitting.
Easily, yeah.
And it's nice to see that you're getting to do some stuff that you want and you're not being pinned down by, having to do with certain cuisine. Even though Juliet's is mostly Italian food, it's
It
great
is.
that you have all these new options coming.
Well, in general, it's that I want an option for everybody. I want people to grow. I do keep everything Italian based in some sort of way, even in names sometimes. But in general, everything is a flavor of an Italian cuisine.
Right, whether it be some kind of a sauce or
Yeah,
the seasoning.
Italian, Sicilian, Mediterranean. I generally keep it like that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
can we? What are like the differences? I have no idea what the differences are between. Well, Mediterranean, I know the difference between that, but
This is not too much. Like I said, like Sicilian, Italian, besides calling it red sauce or red
Marinara.
sauce or marinara, yeah. There's not too much differences between besides recipes between this town and that town on how they did it.
oh, okay, I see. It's more in the method than it is like
Yeah,
the
because like I
ingredients.
said, this town might do garlic in it, this town might not. This one puts more olive oil, and this town doesn't. That's what it's just like cooking at your family's house. Your mom makes it a certain way, but your grandma made it a certain way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And now they just have
But
names.
that's
for
what
it.
I've researched to look into this town and that town, how they did everything. That way, we get better flavor for everything.
Yeah, more genuine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
authentic.
mom made it for you.
Yeah. 'Cause
You know?
what were you trying to say, Dave?
I'll say more authentic.
Yeah, more authentic. Like I like when if a person came off the boat and they came and ate other food, they would appreciate it. Yeah.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
And I do have to admit that I wasn't much a fan of Juliet's about 3 years ago or more.
It's definitely had its bad rap.
But my God, it's not even the same place. So I mean, obviously, there's been 3 chefs since that time. But I mean, it's you definitely. I was glad to see that you weren't just talking a bunch of like, well, I know all these big words about cooking, and I like to say these words in front of people. And I think tonight the proof was in the pizza. As a matter of fact, that was ridiculously good. And I'm picky. I mean, I'll eat. My wife makes fun of me. I'll eat some Speedway pizza if I have to, but I want good
I've had
food.
one or two.
Yeah. I know what I want out of food, and I know when something's cooked fresh or when it's from a can or
Right.
from a box or GFS, Gordon Food Service, GFS. I always say it backwards.
If I may,
Yes.
I won't eat a Speedway pizza. I'm really
Seriously?
picky about my pizza.
So that's crazy.
I'm
so
one
you
of
will
those-
eat McDonald's, but you won't have a slice of Speedway pizza.
No.
It's not even Speedway's pizza. It's like some frozen pizza out of like the back,
Well, a burger's a burger's a burger sometimes, except
Oh.
for my
No,
mind
there's
is just
good
blown
burgers
today.
and bad burgers.
There are definitely bad
No, they're
burgers.
shitty burgers.
Yeah.
But whatever, McDonald's aside, I won't eat Speedway pizza. I am very picky about my pizza. And what was the pizza that you brought us? Because that's another thing that we haven't discussed yet, but that was some amazing pizza.
The pizza is our I'm gonna have a new pizza every month, and this pizza is a white pizza with garlic and olive oil sauce, ricotta cheese, a little bit of mozzarella,
Red onion on there.
Yeah, sliced red onion in the longer term instead of diced, because it gives it a better look.
Yeah, and it does taste better too. I know it's a little bit different.
Yeah, because it's not crumbled up and tiny.
Sure.
It gets got a long, so it creates texture.
Yeah,
which
right.
then will create flavor.
And also too, you guys are making your own crust now too, right?
Yeah, we've always made our own crust.
I gotta open a different beer, guys. I'm sorry.
We've always made our crust, but I've tinkered with the recipe, and we feel this is the best recipe what we can do. And so, it is a set recipe now for the restaurant.
And what did you have to go through to secure this spot? Because like I say, I know you've been trying to be the head chef at some place for a long time. You've always had these ideas. We've always talked about food in great length. And now you had to kind of step up like last minute and almost convince this guy that you could do it.
He knew I could. He's not gonna say like he knew I could do the job. He could talk numbers. He'd ask me how much this case worked, and I'm like, you get 36 burgers out of that case, and that's $1.50 a burger, or it's $1.30 a burger.
So it's not just about what you can make; it's how you're managing the funds. And
That's
the
what
budget,
executive
too.
chefs are. They can do. They could look at a case of 20 pounds of noodles and calculate how many pasta they should get out of that. Besides that, my creativity, I've never made him my boss, Drake Rossi. I've never made him the same dish twice unless he asked for that dish again because he liked it a lot.
That's pretty awesome. And so speaking of all those different things, then I keep pressing Jeff on this, and I think he gets a little annoyed, but I just want to eat it all. So there is going to be 4 new specialty menus. You got the lunch, the dinner.
Yep.
There's going to be a menu that you can only get if you sit at the bar, which I think is genius.
And that's aimed towards finger food and, like I said, general people sitting there watching football for hours on end.
Which you guys have tons of.
We have the sports bar look too as well.
Was it like 6 huge TVs with different games on each one?
Do you have Sunday ticket?
Sunday ticket?
The NFL Sunday ticket?
I'm not sure. I'm using it in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Jeff is not watching TV. He's making our finger
That's
food.
a big draw, man. I mean, you get a bar gets Sunday ticket, it draws a lot more people in.
They have been doing, besides the bar specials, they were doing like a pizza buffet last summer. They did that and like a pasta and stuff like that, like $20 a head.
So
Like
now-
you literally sit there and eat pizza all day.
So now you're looking to do some different stuff, though.
Yeah,
maybe
I
some
said
pizza
that's-
buffet.
I'd rather not do that. No.
Yeah,
It's too simple. So, like I said, I do unique food items based off Italian cuisine a little bit, but elaborate to what I've seen at the bars like that people like at a bar.
yeah, and then I think a lot of people around here are kind of tired of just the same old Italian
That's-
food, burgers, burritos. That's
Yeah.
like all we have around here. You know?
That's what I don't want to be. If you want fried chicken, there's chicken and spice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You want wings, there's Chicago Pub.
Mhm.
I will have wings on mine, but there'll be a different take. So
I remember those wings.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I remember. What did you guys call them? The hell.
we have the
Hellfire?
Hellfire, yeah.
So I
I'm not even interested.
I can't eat the craziest spicy food anyone's ever heard of, but I can eat some spicy food.
Yeah.
And
The trick is to make it taste good.
it tasted
Yeah.
great. It was really deceiving actually because I took 2 of them down in like I don't know like a minute or 2. I'm like hell yeah I can eat this, no big deal. And I went in for the 3rd one and I just had to like stop. And I stopped for about 25 minutes before I was brave enough to take a bite of the 3rd one again.
It said they only sold 6 and 8. So
Yeah. Well, and they were telling me too at the bar, like, hey, if you finish all 6 of these in a certain amount of time, we'll give you the thing for free and then a beer to wash it down.
you need to.
And I did not make it. I did not make it, man.
I have never seen anyone make it.
No, I
No.
didn't. No, I got no free chicken
Even
that
with
night.
ranch,
Oh, ranch. That ruins the whole thing, though, man. And it was great.
Danny
flavor.
from Tin Roof is the only person I ever see eat 9 at one sitting. Yeah,
9.
9. Yeah.
Was that like 2 days?
No,
just
he
never
literally
left.
sat there and demolished 9 with some ranch, and then I was impressed because I saw no one else do that ever
I'm
again.
impressed too
Yeah.
because that is the most insane thing I've ever heard. I know 2 people in my whole life. I met 2 people in my whole life that could probably do that. This guy Andy Tate and his brother Matt will put entire ghost peppers on a slice of pizza and eat it. I'm not kidding, man. I've seen it. There's video. He gave me this little bag full of crushed, dried out Carolina Reaper,
Mhm.
and I will swear on my life, I put 1 dandruff flake in my bowl of whatever I'm eating, and it nukes it, man. Like I have to like take breaks and like pad my head. Where did you start cooking? How the hell did you learn how to do all this stuff?
I was a corporate coordinator for Hooters Corporate for a long time, so that's just some basic streamlined American food. But I really
That was your first cooking job?
yeah. That was my first one. Yeah.
No culinary school, no,
No,
JJC.
No,
Wow.
I've never been interested in that. I've rather run a kitchen, profit and as much as possible, make people happy.
On the job training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got my ass kicked in thousands of times,
Right.
and then got offered for Tin Roof, who needed someone who knew numbers. So I went there, and that's where I started my creativity.
Oh, that's where you really got kind of going.
Yeah,
on some
I
different
had
stuff.
like my side stuff at Hooters for people who were special, but in general, like the real creativity started at Tin Roof.
Yeah, because you can't really
Yeah.
vary from the
No,
it's a
not from
corporate
the-
menu.
it's
I mean,
corporate
you
menu.
can't.
So you just work with what you have. But in general, yeah, Tin Roof started creativity. Then I wanted to show my boss, Jake Rossi at Juliet's, what I could do, and I stepped it up a shitload more.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah.
The pork chop was amazing. The burger was great. Now you're gonna have a burger menu, which I have to admit I'm kind of pissed is not going to be the first menu to be released. But
My kitchen can't handle it right now.
no, I know, and that's why he gets mad at me when I bring it up. What can you go through the list of the different burgers you're going to have on there?
There's gonna be this the Italian burger, which is my favorite one. That one is probably like my baby on that burger menu because that's the uniqueness of it. And then I got the hangover burger, the sloppy ravioli burger.
No, wait, what's on the Italian burger though?
The Italian burger is an Italian seasoned patty, special aioli, arugula shaken in balsamic vinegar and salt, bacon and sausage and mushroom, and
Whoa.
fresh mozzarella. Yeah, that's what
That's
it is.
just-
It's an Italian burger. Yeah,
That's just on the one burger you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. That's one burger.
I just passed out thinking about eating it.
Yeah, it definitely needs a screwer to hold the bun on top.
And now you have, is there going to be actual pieces of sausage on that
Yeah,
one?
that's to be sliced sausage. If our mushrooms are sautéed, browned, and then reduced in wine too.
Oh.
A+.
Yeah, so
All
that's
right.
it. That's a flavor all around.
Burger number 2.
Burger number 2 is a sloppy ravioli burger, which is pretty much a lasagna on top of a burger, and that's got all your flavors of the red sauce, ricotta cheese, raviolis, and Italian seasonings in that one too, because it's Italian-based burger.
All right.
Then I got the Southern burger, that is more southern based, and that's got avocado, specioli, bacon, Cajun seasonings. After that's a hangover burger, and
I'm
that's
excited.
one of my babies too.
Yeah, I'm excited.
'Cause that's got the specioli as well, turkey, roasted turkey, Angus patty, bacon, over easy egg, so the juice will burst when you eat it.
Yep.
Caramelized onions, and then bacon, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna have bacon and
Goddamn.
eggs for sure.
God damn.
After that, we have a veggie patty burger. Which
No, wait, the roasted turkey. You have like a bird back there you're slicing turkey off
Yeah.
of? Seriously.
we have the big bird back there. Yeah, two.
So
we
you
have to
guys
buy them
oven
a kit.
roast your own turkey.
Yeah, that's what we use for our turkey focaccia on the menu.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm using stuff we have already had.
Okay.
That's why in that. And two, I do other more stuff like bringing back a bison burger.
Oh,
and
I
stuff
remember the
like that.
bison burger, man. Dude, tell the audience about the bison burger. That was one of my favorite. That was crazy.
We had a bison burger which got stolen by Hungarian, whatever they're called over on Essington. They put it on their menu. They didn't copy it completely, but it was a stolen recipe. I was offended, but people were like saying it's a compliment that it got stolen and put on their menu.
I mean, a hamburger, you get burgers anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not like.
But that had like a apple date chutney. It's Angus patty, only cooked medium or mid-rare, bacon, Gruyere.
It was mostly
Arugula.
rare. Let's face it, that shit was rare.
Yeah, like I say, I wouldn't cook it more than medium.
Yeah.
Of course, and then Cajun seasonings. That was the bite. It was called Where the Buffalo Roam,
Yeah.
I believe. But in general, too, I'll be aiming bison burgers to the metal shows that come around, coming up the next month for the Forge, and I'm like, because Exodus is coming. That's one of my favorite. So I'll do a Bounded by Blood burger and just some meaty destroy yourself
Yeah.
burger
Probably a lot of
every
spiciness.
after the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You say after the show?
I'll advertise it for the like on our sign out the door, Bounded by Blood burger.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. You did recommend the Kirk Hammett burger
Yes.
because he was a former guitarist for them.
Yeah, what did I want to call it though? Is it just the Kirk
I think it
Hammett
was called
burger?
their
Yeah.
Hammett.
Yeah, the Hammett.
Yeah, the
They have to
Hammett.
have
yeah.
ham on there, yeah.
Let's say, was that a pork based?
Yeah, it's like a Cuban sandwich kind of thing.
Of course, then like I said, we had the go back to that, the veggie burger, which is handmade myself, far out vegetables, dried out, and then wrapped in a veggie form,
Oh.
a patty form. Now just get your lettuce, tomato, onion, specioli.
You're making your own
Yeah.
veggie patties.
Yeah, keep it in house.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The hard part is the eggplant and the spinach because all the moisture in it.
Yeah, sure.
So that drying it out for a little bit first, and then forming it to the patty, and it's be binded by shredded mozzarella. Keep it together, and that'll be cooked in the nonstick pan, so it's easier.
Like what you say, like Teflon or something? You're saying?
Yeah, this are nonstick pans we use to cook the eggs and stuff like that.
that works.
So that way it stays in one spot. It's not getting the greasiness from other burgers
Oh,
sitting on the grill and stuff like that.
oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah, that way keeps it away from everything else. That we don't. My burger tastes like bacon. It's a veggie patty. What's on this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's not cool at all.
Yeah.
Especially people that want to be,
Yeah.
staying away from that kind of stuff.
Super
But
hardcore.
you couldn't call it, yeah, right. You couldn't call it vegan. I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
Dave, because of the cheese in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But,
Those people are weird. So.
Well, I have a lot of vegan friends, and some of the food is pretty damn good. I have to say.
You have to get creative when there's nothing in. Let's not go there.
Unreal.
Then I
Unreal.
think-
You guys have just isolated like a whole huge portion of our listener
No, it's fine.
base.
They'll be back.
All right.
They listen for you, Tom.
Well, as long
They
as
listen for
they're,
you.
we'll have to do a vegan episode just to prove. Mostly because I just want to continually eat food and talk about it. But now, are you going to have a different burger for every band that rolls through? Like every
I
major
will
act?
try to. Yeah, not every band, but bands that I respect and like.
You're mostly a metal guy too, right?
Yeah, so I said Exodus is one of my favorites. So, Bounded by Blood sounded good. You know, Slayer came through. You can do the raining blood burger.
Sure.
Right.
Or
And that
dead
kinda
skin
sh-
mask. That might be kind of gross. You can have like a pork belly, right? It could be pork belly.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of ideas you can do with it. So
Dead skin mask.
This
That
is almost like the Lockdown or Kuma's Corner. You ever
Yeah.
been to those places?
I have never actually been to any of those. No.
They're metal themed places. They play metal music and they have
Mhm.
ridiculous burgers with ridiculous
I've heard some good
names.
stuff about them.
Yeah.
I really want to try the Mastodon burger.
yeah.
From the last night I heard about that one. So.
The only one I've had was called Cruelty to Animals. It has 3 different kinds of animal on
Oh,
it.
jeez. Great. Now the vegans are really pissed at us. Thanks. Good, Dave. There you go. For the love of God.
So elaborate more on your vegan menu for our vegan listeners.
And then now I know you were talking a lot about
we do get those we do get people like that in there all the time, the gluten-free,
sure.
the healthier people as well. I'll always recommend the server if they a dish that they really like that we don't have on the menu, or if someone has a health issue or something like that, I won't mind coming to your table and see what I can do for you.
That's cool.
That's what eggplants, pasta, or any kind of like that kind of stuff. That because food's been around for hundreds of thousands of years, so.
All right.
should be able to
So
find
yeah, I
something.
can find something to work with you that we have in house.
Well, that's
That's
awesome
awesome.
that you
Yeah.
give it that personal touch. to
Yeah,
the-
because then I'd rather want them to come back again. Yeah.
Right.
And then they could try something else. As long as they're getting charged properly, that's all that matters.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like what difference does it make? You're making food,
Yeah.
they're buying the food,
Yeah, and then
everyone's
they'll
happy.
come back again. Yeah,
Yeah.
And you also, I know you've been changing a lot about, and I don't want to, turn this into like a bashing of
Yeah.
other people
that's what
kind of
I'm
thing.
trying to say from as well.
Yeah. But you have been making a lot of changes
I've
to original
changed-
things they were doing. You mentioned the bolaise sauce. Is
Yeah,
that the
bolognese.
hand crushed?
Yeah, we hand crush our tomatoes. Cooks for about 6 hours. It's definitely one of our biggest sellers on our sauce, besides obviously the red sauce.
Yeah, I mean, and you had
but
a
it's
whole process
extra flavor,
too,
yeah.
right? You said the
It's
way it was all
like-
even and stuff. I don't
Yeah,
know
we
if
use
I'm
a
giving
big
away-
flat pot, but yeah, it's a 4-hour process, a 6-hour process.
Wow.
That's the way it should be.
Oh yeah, that's what it tastes so good.
And I'm glad that's a fad. I don't know why that ever stopped happening. I mean, I guess I do know why. People get busy and it's hard to
Mhm.
cook like that all day long, but a restaurant really has no excuse to not, because that's what they do
Yeah.
all day long is cook.
That's why it's the downtime. They should be either cleaning or cooking something.
Sure. And
Yeah.
I'm just really grateful that there are so many restaurants now doing that more often. It's a great trend, fresh food.
Well, with so many options out there, you
Yeah,
have
like
to
all
find a way to
our
stand out.
sauces.
It's true, Dave.
minimum. All our sauces probably take about 4 hours,
Oh,
a minimum. And so I want everything to taste good. So
But yeah, that competition is great because it does up the game
Yeah.
of a lot of people. I mean, you've seen, and again, I'm not trying to, bust anybody out, but Chicago Street, it put out a new, every Thursday, they're going to do something different
Okay.
instead of their dollar tacos. And I
Yeah.
had their pork chops. They were
Yeah.
ridiculously good. I mean, it was really awesome to get food like that. It's a bar, it's a pub.
A cook-off.
Yeah, you're not
between
supposed-
Jeff and Mickey,
Whoa.
and we get to be the judges.
Wait a minute. What about just like all the restaurants cook off and then we all
Oh.
just pay $20 to just go and eat and drink? Can we make this event happen somehow, some way?
sounds
we
like
should
it'll
try.
work downtown. Yeah,
Battle of the bands, but
Yeah.
with restaurants.
Local music, local beer.
Dude,
yeah, true. It sounds like you're on to something.
it's a trifecta. The
Yeah.
battle of the trifectas: beers, bands, and
Chili cook-off. Can we do a chili cook-off? Fall's
I
coming.
make really good chili, so yeah.
I will kick your ass on
I
chili.
love chili.
I will. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
so you
but I
guys
love
chili
chili.
cook-off, I judge.
All right. No way, man. You're not the judge. Chris Foray is the judge.
All right, Chris Foray can be the judge because he's a foodie. I was just saying that way I get
knows
to
what
eat
he's
both
saying.
the chilies.
Actually, it was Chris Foray that convinced me to come back to your restaurant after I was like, man, I really don't know if I like it.
Mhm.
He was like, you know what? You have to go back there right now and you get these 2 things. And if you don't like it, I'll pay for it.
Okay.
All right.
He will not lead you wrong.
He will not. He's never ever given me a recommendation that I dislike. Now, there are some places that he doesn't like that I do like, but man, he has never ever sent me to a place that was terrible. He told me about Ito Sushi.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
I would never have gone there. It's
I
in a
love
strip
their
mall.
fried rice is phenomenal too.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's always the same. It's always consistent.
Mhm.
And I did that.
Their
to you.
miso soup is the best.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And their mackerel is
I
my
haven't tried
favorite.
that one yet.
Holy cow. It's the best.
I actually did have a mackerel there, and
Really?
it was quite delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I did it to you kind of on purpose-ish. I had the pizza a couple days in a row, and I was
Yeah.
trying different things, and it was exactly the same each time I had it. That's really important. You're going
Yeah.
for, sometimes I get the same dish at places because
You
that
like that
place
dish,
does
huh?
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
do
a-
that thing.
Yeah. Certain places have a really good dish. That's what, like, my fried rice I get at a certain place. My beef and broccoli I get at a certain place.
Now,
Yeah.
all these different things that you make, you were talking about having an around-the-world menu, which I'm
Yep.
really excited for. The one thing,
On this, it'll be starting next month actually.
really,
And it'll be, so in about 3 more weeks, we're gonna do one dish will always be completely non-Italian dish,
Like-
and that will be a Thai dish, a Japanese dish. It will be a Russian dish. I don't care,
Indian food,
long anything, long as we bring the flavor to the table and it will sell. That's all that
Ethiopian
matters.
food.
We could try that Filipino.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
what is your background? Do you have an Italian background or?
None whatsoever. I didn't know about Italian food till about a year and a half ago when I started.
Oh, nice.
And then
You just hit it
besides the
hard.
basics, and then I went back, and that's what I was saying about this town does this town does that. It's because I went back and read up on history of how it started, because I wanted to know what the good recipes
right.
about stuff, and that's where I inspired a lot of my dishes.
So you didn't go to like Fazoli's and be like, "Oh, this
No.
works." I can copy this.
I haven't
recipe.
sat in an Italian restaurant besides Juliet's in probably a decade.
Oh wow.
So,
And
And
you're-
you're completely on
yeah.
you. You're not.
yeah, I'm Native American and German.
German.
Yeah, my dad's pure German, my mom's pure Native American.
So now, what are you going to bring? I would like to see.
I eat bowl of sausage, mashed potatoes, and casseroles there all the time for myself and the cooks.
So are we gonna
So-
see some German food on the damn menu
Some
or not?
sauerkraut.
You can, yeah.
Yes. So I can just go ask you for some German food. I can walk up to the waitress and be like, "I want Jeff to make me German food right now."
If we have it in stock, and if I can do it, like a German pasta salad. I did that the other day for Kimmy, our bartender.
What is German pasta salad, please?
It's actually got like bacon and all that kind of stuff in it. It's really good. It's actually a
Sauerkraut.
It's a hot.
Like a hot salad.
It's actually a hot potato salad instead of a cold.
like a casserole.
wow.
Yeah, it's almost like a casserole, but it's still potato salad.
So what the hell is it on the menu, or you just have to ask for
we're
it?
just we're cooking brats and all this kind of stuff one day because it's a slow summer day and
Must be.
on a Sunday, and we smelled everybody else cooking and growing out, and we're stuck in the kitchen, so we could try to do what we can to keep the cooks happy.
That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
So
So if I come in and request the bratwurst and German potato salad, you can hook that up.
we don't keep that stuff in stock typically,
Damn.
but that was definitely a fun day.
Yeah,
Ate some food.
it sounds fun.
We did, we slow cooked the brats and beer, our house stock that we keep at Juliet's. We slow cooked it for probably like an hour in the oven with like jardiniere, grilled onions, and mushrooms and stuff like that. Let it all slow cook in the oven. It's delicious.
I'm hungry again.
Yeah, now you have to go grab that pizza back from Ben. Damn it!
Yeah, I think it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It was gone. I think the moment I brought it
So
down
good.
there.
Yeah, that was my least. I said that while we were eating it. That was my least favorite thing, and I still had to stop myself from eating all of it. Like,
And we're only saying that because the burger and the pork chop.
Yeah, those are
listeners,
almighties. Yeah,
That was
yeah, astounding.
insane.
I highly recommend the appetizer pigs on the vine and the pancetta salmon.
Why? What's on the pigs on the vine?
Pigs on the vine is sauteed Brussels sprouts, pancetta, salt, pepper, garlic, red pepper flakes, wine, and then finish with balsamic vinegar and salt.
Now,
I
where did
love
you
Brussels
learn that? Is that just something that you found while you were
No,
doing all your research?
that was actually something that came last minute. Actually, the bartender was busy. I happened to be behind the bar, and two people sat at the menu. You could tell they had a Mediterranean look to them. And so I gave them the menu and I started talking about the food items because they said they've been here once before. And they ate everything I recommended. And the guy came up to me and goes, "Is my favorite dish though? My favorite is bacon and Brussels sprouts."
Really?
I was like,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm like, "I'll be right back." And I went back there, saute Brussels sprouts, saute pancetta, salt, pepper, garlic, red pepper flakes, tossed in breadcrumbs, finished it with balsamic vinaigrette.
That sounds
And then I
amazing.
walked it out there. I'm like, "Here," and it blew his mind. So,
And so you kept
and
it
I'm
on
like,
the menu.
"That's going to be on the specials next week."
So
So
do you
come
write?
back for that.
Sorry. Do you write down all your recipes?
I
you let
I
us
do,
know?
and that's what. God bless smartphones. So voice to text, and I'd take notes all the time, and I'll take pictures of the dish I do. That way, I'll try to remember what the color scheme of it.
Now, do you have? I know you were showing me a ton of those pictures the other night. Do you have those available somewhere that people can browse what you make?
In general, those are always posted on my Instagram.
Okay.
So my Instagram's just full of food.
Is it just Geoffrey Scott?
That's under Engine Inc. Actually, Engine Inc. 13 is my. But that's linked to my Facebook, which is linked to Juliet's as well.
All right. Well,
So I do post and link it up
All right.
together all the time.
I'll put and I always put links to the show. Normally, the show we have tons of musicians, and I post all there. But I mean, I'll post your site. I'll put Juliet's thing up there.
Yeah.
If you send me your,
I'm going to
Instagram
start
link.
a Juliet's album on my Facebook.
Awesome.
So I'll just keep loading food on there nonstop. That way people can just click on that and see what's going on there.
So now, you've made a lot of changes to even the regular menu also that you were saying, just changing the methods that you're making those things.
Yep.
Are there...
Everything gets marinated. Everything has a 24-hour marinade, at least 12 for anything. The calamari, the salmon, the pork chop, the chicken, everything has a completely different flavor now.
And would you... And all the sauces are handmade too now, homemade, right? In-house made.
So we hand crush those mofos, and it takes like a long time.
And do you have 3 menu items that are on the regular menu that you would recommend that you are really proud of the changes you made with them?
The veal meatballs, I went back to the traditional flavor of the meatballs. And
what do you mean by that now?
Because the last chef was putting like garlic and all this other stuff in there, and
which I would have thought had been great. I would have put garlic in there too.
But that's what people normally think. But you're balancing out what you're putting it into, the red sauce, which has already got oregano, garlic, onions.
Oh,
it's been reduced for 4 hours already.
Sure.
So the meatball does have its own flavor by itself. That way, when it cooked in red sauce, you taste the veal meat. You actually taste the veal meatball with its own set of flavor.
Otherwise, you're missing something from either the meatball or the sauce.
You might as well eat spaghetti meatballs at home.
Yeah,
so
okay.
that's what I had to explain to my sous chef that, and because he's like, "No, you need garlic in it. You need this." I'm like, "No. Like you want to taste the veal. You want to taste its own flavor. That way, when it's cooked in the red sauce, it's mixing with that flavor that's already there for you.
Otherwise, why'd you put the effort into either one of them?
Yeah,
right?
you're just double battering seasonings.
Sure.
That way, that's why I went back to that.
So what would you have as a suggestion for someone cooking at home to go? I made my sauce. It has all the typical Italian seasonings and garlic and olive oil and maybe some red wine vinegar in there. So then what would I do just even for a regular ground beef meatball to make that work and still have a good flavor?
For a regular one, I said I would recommend paprika, parsley, hand roll them, of course. Don't do just panko or anything like that. Make some French bread and chop it up and use that flavor of the garlic and everything in that as well. You jazz up your regular meatballs. Yeah,
you would use actual like a fresh loaf of bread and cut that up. You're saying,
yeah. And then that would be
your breadcrumbs.
Yeah, so we would for not the regular menu, but say if at home. But yeah, it would take a French bread, dice it up really well, paprika, salt, pepper, garlic, butter, and then toss it in that, and then bake it, take it up, and crush it up to breadcrumbs, and then use that with your regular meatballs.
So that's not a slow process then for that either.
No, it's not. But you can buy flavored French bread already too.
Sure.
And that way you can just throw it in, dice it up, and then mix it in with your meatballs at home. That way you get all the flavor with that.
Well, all right. I think
That
I'm
way you
gonna-
jazz up your balls. Yeah.
Hey, and those are the chimes signaling the end of the interview. Well, I had a good time. I hope the audience had a good time. I hope that you and Dave were also enjoying yourselves this evening.
I had a fantastic time. I learned a lot. My taste buds are happy.
Yeah,
My
I was about to.
belly's happy.
Yeah, my belly is really happy.
And so
That was
there's
so
more.
good I had to smoke afterwards. I had to go have a cigarette.
But yeah, I said it's going to be changing every 3 weeks. So there'll be, and plus we have dishes we already have right now.
What? So the dinner special menu is going to
That will
change
be
every 3
rotating
weeks.
every 3 weeks.
You said the lunch special
menu
is
will
going
be
to probably
sticking.
be.
It'll be stick. It's a solid lunch menu, lunch special menu. And if somebody don't sell on that, we'll take it off, add a new dish. Or if someone gets creative, wants to throw something else on there, we'll throw something else on there. And then the bar menu that will be solid for the football season most likely.
So could you run down, just without all the details, I won't make you describe everything, but could you give me the whole lunch menu list?
The
lunch special?
The lunch specials is a salmon sandwich, a avocado chicken sandwich, a salad that has got avocados, red onion, and garlic honey shrimp. We have a basil shrimp skewers as well, and that's for an appetizer. We got eggplant pomodoro as a pasta, and
What's Pomodoro? I'm sorry.
it's a dish. It's this way it's called.
Okay.
It's a type of Italian dish.
Okay.
And then we have one dish that's been selling real crazy besides the salmon one. It's called Into the Deep, and that's a fried chicken, my own spicy honey mustard, bacon, blue cheese crumbles, and on a tomato focaccia bun.
It sounds insanely like I can't even handle how good that sounds.
It's well, everybody goes Into the Deep thinking it's a seafood
fried.
dish. I'm like, no, but it's into the fryer, man.
Yeah, deep fried. And man,
It's been the big seller. It's been because it's spicy, so it's a good thing for downtown.
yeah, and I say you have no idea how happy I am that you weren't just talking a bunch of shit and that you actually can back up
Yeah.
all the things that you say. Like I could taste.
Yeah,
You know-
and I can explain why you taste a
Yes.
certain thing on that. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, and then the bar food menu.
Yeah, that will be released soon. I just can't.
You gotta tell me.
I just can't. Like I said, it'll be released soon, definitely in time for football. But
Give me 2 things that'll be on there. The 2 things that you're looking forward to the most.
actually, the tomato bruschetta bar, which is kind of like an Italian take on the charcuterie, and that'll be a good finger food because it'll have olives, garlic vinaigrette, honey, our typical. Because our tomato bruschetta now is marinated 12 hours ahead of time, so the oils and the vinegar and the garlic all stick to each other. That way, you're not just getting
Bits.
basic flavor. Yeah, you're getting everything's been soaking for 12 hours at least. That will be on the big one. That will be on the bar menu. One of my favorites is the Old Bay shrimp one, actually, because
Now
it's-
Becky lost her mind. My wife, like she read Old Bay shrimp and lost it. I
Yeah,
never heard of that
yeah,
in my
yeah.
life. What is
it's
that?
a Old Bay butter. It's Old Bay. It's a Old Bay seasoning, butter, garlic.
What is
Old-
Old Bay? What is that? Is
It's
there
a
anything
it's
that
a
I've
type of powder.
I mean-
I never really researched what it is, but I worked with it with a lot of seafood.
Okay, it's a seafood thing.
Yeah, it's
okay.
a seafood thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be Old Bay butter sauce with sautéed shrimp, and they'll have my cocktail sauce, which we do there now too. And like I said, we do all our sauces. All our sauces are ready and pretty much made in house.
That is awesome news. That is great news. And I hope that more restaurants start getting inspired, not expired. I hope their food's not expired either. But I hope to see more fresh food and more
Yeah.
creative things coming around and people just generally stepping up their game.
Yeah,
'cause-
we're already working on the next specials right now. So
oh man, you gotta slow down because I want the burgers, man.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna start talking about all these other things. I'm gonna like just come in every day.
That's a good reason to come back.
Yeah.
as I said, you can
Yeah.
literally come back and have a new dish
Yeah.
every day if you wanted to.
Well, and hopefully
Well, I
we
meant
can-
you come back to talk about
Yeah.
more stuff. You don't even have to bring food.
The
You
next
can just-
specials, the next
Yeah.
specials, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have a lot more to talk about. I feel like I cut you guys off, and it's taking 5 minutes to wrap it up.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's his second song, basically, is what we're doing here right now.
Right? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that makes sense.
So,
No, it's good to get that info out there because people really should be going out there and sampling your delicious work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
said that's why I'm trying to get
You're
the
an
word
artist.
out.
You're an
That's
artist.
what it's just they've gone through 2 years of struggle. They do good money. We run banquets like crazy,
Mm.
but I want the dining room to sell out the banquets now.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I want people coming back every day trying something new.
Well, and I know I've already. This is the third time I've eaten with you this week already. So, and hopefully we can get a camera guy to cooperate with us often enough to
Yeah.
get out and do an actual food episode in the restaurant. I would love
Yeah.
to be able to show people
Yeah.
what we're eating and show them your beautiful restaurant, or not your, but
Yeah.
the place you work at. It's amazing.
And your presentation, if you actually put some care into the visual presentation of the food,
Yeah.
we'd like to represent that. As well.
Yeah, that's what they teach you when you're a corporate chef is
Mm.
number 1 is visualization of the food.
Mm.
2 is smelling, 3 is tasting, and then mentally keeping it in your head till you take your next bite.
Hmm.
That's what they teach you. Yeah.
And then digestion.
Yeah.
And then there's the digestion part. Everyone's favorite. Well, Jeff, thanks a lot. Thanks for letting us talk your ear off, and thank you very much for bringing that food. That was really great,
Yeah,
man. That was
that
really
was-
generous.
Yeah, so
so good.
just trying to get the word out. Something new in J-Town.
Yeah, man. The more people come out and there's other things to do,
Yeah.
maybe more things will keep popping up, and we'll
Yeah.
just we'll have a really great place to come hang out down here.
That's what I'm trying.
Thank you, Dave, for well, I'm not really thanking you today. You got some food, man. We got beer going on.
Thank you, Tom, for setting this up.
Dave, it sounded great as always. Bill, thank you, Mr. Bill Aldrich, once again for letting
Mhm.
us
Thanks, Billy.
use this facility week after week, and also a big thanks to the Trisnas. Ooh, and by the way, the Trisnas, Mike Trisna, runs also a T-shirt company, and we are going to be running off some shirts for what's going down in downtown J-Town.
Nice.
I don't yet know how much they're going to cost. I'm not assuming more than $15. So please let us know if you want to put in an order early, if there's certain sizes people want. We want to try to, get as general as we can and make sure we can get everybody some shirts if they want to. And there may be some other cool events. I've been talking with the Chicago Street Pinball Arcade, which also works hand in hand a lot with Juliet's. They do some receipt trading and discount offers for each other and stuff like that. So there may be a pinball league in the near future.
That'd be
We might
hilarious.
try to do some Joliet Brewers Guild events with the pinball arcade. Maybe we can start including more of the restaurants and some music and have a good time. I've also heard a rumor and may have accidentally glimpsed the inside of what could be the Chicago Street Pinball Arcade. You guys, it's huge. They want to have 2 floors of arcade with a bar and a stage for bands.
That would be sweet.
Can we please support this and make this happen?
And the pool tables.
And the pool tables. Yeah. Skee ball,
Yep.
all that stuff. I
the
even
fun.
heard miniature golf was a rumor.
Ooh.
Laser tag. Excuse
Nice.
me. I ate a lot and drank a lot. I apologize for that. But please come downtown. Check out what's going on. This has been What's Going Down in downtown J-Town.